Okay, so what I have here is three different bottles of bourbon that are completely and totally new to me. Two of these brands I've never even heard of. Long story short, my girlfriend sends me TikTok videos, and one of the guys um, had four different bottles that he got from a place called Whiskey Library. And, he kind of talked them up and basically was like, yeah, they fit your flavor profile, and then they send you a blind box every month. And I'm like, huh, that sounds like fun. I like bourbon. So I love sharing bourbon with my friends. And just thought to myself, like, man, this is kind of a cool way to try some new stuff and share new things with my buddies. So, and to not have to go out on Saturday morning chasing down the same bottles that we've all drank 100 times before. So went on the website. I went for the mid tier. It's $149.99 a month. They ship it through UPS. You do have to have an adult home to sign for it. Um, Thankfully, I can ship it to my girlfriend's house because she works from home, and she is just fucking awesome and does that for me. So thankfully that all worked out, and I'm super excited. They gave me two Glencairns, which I need to wash before I use them. These are my own personal ones that I've had forever. They give you cards that tell you what the whiskey is, some tasting notes. They give you a little QR code to scan so you can do reviews on it. And yeah, it kind of breaks it down like where the different companies are from. So the only one I've heard of is Doc Holiday. I've never drank it before, but I have heard of it. The other two I've never even heard of. So I am going to start with the cheapest and work my way up to the most expensive. Um, Personally, I like bourbon that kind of hits, right in that sweet spot, like bottled in bonds where they're 100 proof. Um, I do like some stuff with heat. I'm not afraid of it. I have a bottle of Watershed rye that is like 74%, and it'll strip the paint off the walls. So it's good. It's one of the few bourbons that I actually want on the rocks. I usually prefer my bourbon neat. Um, just it's kind of the way I've always drank it. I do have my water glass to cleanse my palate between sips, and I made sure I have different glasses so everything is professional and I'm not getting cross tastes in my palate. So we'll go ahead and start with the Cedar Ridge Double Barrel Bourbon Whiskey. This is from Iowa. It's 105 proof. They say the MSRP on it is $59.99, so not too bad of a price. I do like a lot of bourbons kind of in that price range. Old Elk, Basil Hayden, um, Penelope, one of my absolute favorite brands. Rarely do I pay more than $80 for a bottle of Penelope. Even Weller, Weller Antique I think is 68, so a few bucks more for Weller Eagle Rare. It's only $45. Even Stag is less money than this. All bourbons that people love. So let me get to. So they're saying that on the nose, there's going to be some sweet spice cinnamon and warm baking spices mingled with rich caramel, vanilla, and toasted oak. I love caramel and vanilla in my bourbon. I love it. I like bourbon that tastes like freaking Christmas. It's just really, really good to me. The palate says I should expect a rich and full body featuring charred oak, cinnamon warmth, dark chocolate, and honeyed toffee. And then my finish should be a medium with lingering oak, warm and satisfying, smooth, and medium. So I'm very, very curious. I have not tried these. These will be fresh pops. They're actually a little bit warm, which kind of has me worried, but. Aye! Oh, that smells good. Whew. Yes, I am going to be responsible. I prefer not to get trashed, so I'm only pouring myself an ounce. There. If you hear background noise, it's probably either the thunder or my cat. I tried shooting this video 2 different times, and I'm using his cat tree as a prop for the camera. And usually he likes to tear up my furniture. So the one time that I'm actually using his cat tree for something other than him, he decides he wants to use the sisal rope. So I had to put him into his special timeout room, which is my bathroom. All right. So, oh. It's a little oily. Legs on it aren't too bad. They're not very strong, but they're definitely there. I'm getting little hints of vanilla, oak, some baking spice. Not too much of a burn. Not really getting an alcohol burn off of that, which is kind of nice. A lot of times the nose just kind of hits you like, whoa! But I'm not picking up caramel like they're saying I should. A little hint of cinnamon, but everybody's palate and sniffer is different, so we'll see. Ooh, that's pleasant. I'm definitely getting oak and cinnamon. Maybe a little bit of honey. Not really picking up dark chocolate, but I have a hard time picking up chocolate in bourbon, to be honest with you. I don't. Oh, there it is. It's light. It's light, but it's there. There's a little bit of that bitterness that comes from dark chocolate. Just kind of nice, actually. Finish is good. I will say that. There's definitely a good finish to it. Different flavors are resolving on my palate. It's not necessarily oak like they're saying it is. It's kind of breaking down a little bit. Definitely getting that honey toffee in the finish. Not bad. Just gotta hit me. That's not a bad bottle. It's not too incredibly complex, to be honest with you. The notes that are there, they're not overly pronounced. Like, nothing really stands out to me. But it's not bad at all. Now, I noticed that there's no age statement on this, so it's probably a very young bourbon, which would explain why I'm not really getting complexity out of it, why the flavors all kind of feel like they're running into each other. I've always been one to kind of feel that for bourbon to really start getting good, you have to hit like the 7 to 10 year mark. We're going to put a little bit of water in here, just so that way we can rinse that out. Overall, it's not bad. I feel 60 is a decent price point for it. If I saw it on a shelf, I probably would skip this one personally, but I will definitely be curious to see what my friends feel about this particular bottle. I think that this would be good for people who are just kind of getting into bourbon. Um, want something they can drink and pull a few flavors from, but they don't have to sit there and really think about it, or worry about it burning too much. So overall, I'd say that's probably, I'm going to give that a 6.5, 6.5 out of 10 stars. Next up is First West Extra Age Kentucky Straight Bourbon. These guys are from Kentucky, and as we all know, Kentucky knows bourbon. It's aged 8 years. It's 100 proof, which is that perfect sweet spot. Um, they're saying that on the nose, I should be getting some orange peel and cherry mingled with caramel, vanilla, toasted oak, and a little hint of spice. And then on the palate, I should get rich caramel and toffee with gentle rye spice. That's a fucking oxymoron if I've ever heard one. Rye usually just kills me. Charred oak and a warm cinnamon sweetness. And that I should be looking for a long and satisfying finish with lingering notes of oak and spice that should be smooth and medium. Curious. All right. I am definitely getting orange. I'm getting fruit. I'm getting vanilla. Yeah. Again, it's nice color. A little bit more oily than the last one. I would say the legs are definitely. Oh yeah. Oh, the legs are definitely stronger on this one. It's got a wonderful nose to it. Really enjoyed the nose on that. Like I said, I am getting the orange. I am getting the cherry. I am getting a little caramel and vanilla. Um, Oak is there, but it's not overly pronounced. So hopefully the maturity on this bottle will make it a little bit more complex, a little bit more pleasurable on the palate. It won't feel like everything just kind of all together. That good. Oh, that's nice. Caramel toffee. The rye is there, but it's not too hot. Mmm. Oh, that's tasty. I don't know where they're getting this fucking oak and spice finish on it. To me, it tastes like toffee, and I love toffee. It's just, oh, it's hitting nice. Doesn't burn. It's kind of smooth. This is good. This is really, really good. Mm, that's tasty. Definitely getting that caramel and vanilla and toffee. And the citrus is nice. Like the orange and the cherry are there, but they're not overpowering. They mingle very nicely with the toffee and the vanilla and the caramel flavors. Yeah, it's just, that's really good. They're saying there should be warm cinnamon sweetness to it, and I'm not really picking up on that. And usually I pick up on cinnamon really, really well. Maybe a fart of cinnamon in there. You know, a little, just a kiss, a whisper. We'll use the word whisper. There is a whisper of cinnamon in this. That's damn good. This would be something that if I saw it on the shelf, I would go out and buy it. I would take that for a sharing night. I think that's something to at least try. Yeah, I mean, it's not anything over the top. It's not anything, it's not going to be like your Penelope variants or your Weller 12, your Weller Foolproof. Even like your Old Elk Infinity Blend, which I really love. But for something that MSRP is at $80, I feel that's actually a fair price. It's definitely, to me, better than Blanton's. I hate Blanton's. I'll take that back. I don't hate Blanton's. I hate that Blanton's has become overpriced bourbon. Blanton's, whenever it was $60, perfect. Would blow this bottle out of the water. Blanton's at $80? No. I understand it has following. You got the horses, there's collectability, the bottle shape's really fucking cool. Everybody calls it a fucking grenade, whatever. Blanton's is mid. Weller is better. Eagle Rare is better. Stag is better. Okay, and you pay less money for it. I said it. I know people are probably looking at me with laser eyes like, you're going to burn in hell. See you there. Anyways. That's good. I would give that, let's say, a 7.5 out of 10, which isn't bad. That's only 2.5 stars away from being perfect, guys. A lot of people think 7.5 is bad. No, it's above average. That's above average. This is more above average. And remember, guys, hydration is key to not getting hungover. All right. So we're going to go for the Big Daddy here. This is Doc Holliday 8-year-old bourbon. Georgia, of all places. This is also an 8-year whiskey. It's 112 proof, so a little bit warmer, but not anything too crazy. They're saying the nose on this should be rich caramel and vanilla over toasted oak and brown sugar with warm baking spices and butterscotch. That's pimping up a big game right there for me. Palate, honey toffee, brown sugar, charred oak, and cinnamon warmth. Full body with dark chocolate spice. Sweetheart, don't tease me with a good time. Okay, you're telling me that this is going to taste like Halloween and pumpkin pie and everything else that I freaking love about the month that I was born, okay? If this doesn't freaking hit home with me, I'm going to take this bottle and I'm just going to put it back in the cabinet and I'll drink it later. The finish, a long finish. Warm oak tannins, lingering spice, dry cocoa, and a subtle tobacco that should be smooth. Let me tell you something about tobacco, okay? Bourbon, people think tobacco, who wants to taste cigarettes? It's not cigarettes. Tobacco can lend a richness to a bourbon. If you ever have a cigar blend, they make blends that are supposed to work with cigars while you smoke. So the smoke and the bourbon mingle together. It's kind of like whenever you drink a good bourbon with a piece of dark chocolate. That chocolate melds with the bourbon and that can actually bring out some really good flavors. So tobacco is a very interesting flavor. Something else that gets tossed into bourbon that a lot of people forget about is leather. And leather is something that you're probably not going to really pick up on younger bourbons. But once you start crossing that 15-year line, get up to the 20. If you've ever had Pappy, like the 23-year, the holy shit bottle, that's got leather and tobacco. And depending on how long that bottle has sat around, it's either really good and very interesting, or it tastes like you're drinking a burnt tree bark. I've had a nasty bottle of Pappy 23 that this dude paid $1,200 for, and I told him he should find the person he bought it from and ask for a refund. It was that bad. But anyway, Doc Holiday 8-year-old bourbon. I love that it has this little skull on it. It's just like in your face, bitches. Ugh. Just reeks of Southern with that freaking cow skull. Like I kind of want to take it off and give it to somebody as a gift, like as a token of my appreciation or something. I love that on the front it's covered up, but it says, "I'm your Huckleberry." God bless you, Val Kimmer. Rest in peace. So anyway, this is a bit different. So check this out. It's a fucking 6-shooter on the cap. I love it. It's got a nice weight to it too. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm not drunk. I'm just happy. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. I can't get over that. That's probably one of the coolest bottles I've seen. Now they're saying this retails for $120. I'll be honest with you. On average, whenever I buy a bottle of bourbon, I'd say 100 is my average. I do have expensive taste. This is actually this is weird. It's only 700 milliliters. Most bourbons are 750, but this one is 700. They're charging you twice as much, and they're cheating you out of 50 milliliters of bourbon. This better come with a reach around, or at least a pat on the back. So we'll see. Now that, yeah, that's oily. Strong legs on it. Yes, Percy. My cat's an alcoholic. He gets jealous whenever I drink and he doesn't. Nice color on it. Oh, take me home. I am home. What am I saying? Vanilla, caramel, and brown sugar, baby. Right off the rip, just a little hint of burn. I'm expecting good things. That's cinnamon. That is cinnamon. That is brown sugar. That is everything that makes an apple pie fucking delicious. Oh. You ever had sweet potato casserole? You know that crumbly shit that's on the top? That's what this tastes like. That brown sugar where it caramelizes and somebody puts a little the cinnamon in there just to make you happy. That's exactly what this tastes like. This tastes like somebody took that crust off of a sweet potato casserole and turned it into a drink. Damn, that's good. That is really, really good. And I am getting it. I'm getting every single thing that they said in here. I am getting a little bit of honey toffee. Now that's kind of disseminating across my palate. I am getting that honey toffee. Definitely brown sugar. I am getting charred oak. That cinnamon is there. It definitely is a full body bourbon. And I am getting a little bit of dark chocolate. And it works well. Like that hint of bitterness is cutting across the sweetness. And it's just really doing, it's not the most complex bottle I've ever drank, but it does have a complexity to it that if you are a seasoned bourbon drinker, I think you will truly appreciate Auto Feeder for my cat's food. Which will probably have the other one crying like mad. Oh well. God, that is tasty. And I am getting a little hint of tobacco on the finish, like they said. The flavor profile that they wrote on this card is like 99% accurate. And that's rare. Usually whenever they break it down to flavor profiles, somebody sat there and just threw fucking darts at a board and picked a few flavors. This is accurate. And I find it kind of odd that for once price points really did dictate which bourbon I like the most. This is good. This is good. Definitely for a sub $100 bottle. This is really good. If I saw this on the shelf, here again, I'd pick it up. I think it would be good to share with friends. It's kind of a unique experience. Maybe people who are still learning what they like. This would be for somebody who just casually drinks, who doesn't care. It's good. It's nothing to write home about. It's a serviceable bourbon. This is good. This would be something that I would bring to definitely with my friends who are more seasoned bourbon drinkers, who understand mash bills, know what they like on their palates. I think that would be a banger. I think that would really, people would really enjoy that. I know I do. And my tastes are, people always tell me that my palate is crazy, that I pick up stuff that a lot of people don't. So for a long time, I drank craft beer. I did that for almost, 7 years, I want to say. Yeah, I think I got, 5 years. I got out of it right after COVID. So about 2021, 2022, and I started in late 2016, really getting into craft beer. And then I took a break from drinking, and then I started hanging around guys who did bourbon and really got into it, and it's something that I really enjoy. 8.25. 8.25. Phenomenal. I've had better, not much, but I have had better, but I have had a hell of a lot worse. So, overall, am I pleased with what I got? Yes. I think for $150, I got a nice selection. I can't really say that there's a bad bottle. I could say that there's okay bottles and that there's really good bottles. And, you know, whenever they do something like this, I don't really expect them to be sending me like, you know, friggin' Penelope Tajaki cask or, you know, like some really rare Woodford Reserve or something like that. I'm not expecting that. I saw an unboxing video where somebody got Blanton's and they were new to bourbon and they're like, oh, Blanton's, this is really good. And, you know, if you're new to bourbon, Blanton's is really good. But for somebody who's been drinking bourbon for, I want to say close to 3 or 4 years, I will say that it's fun. I'm definitely looking forward to my next box. I'm looking forward to sharing these with others. Probably will keep this one for my noobs. These two, I'll probably hang out for people with a little bit more refined taste, a little bit better palate. But yeah, overall, all three of these were good. This one was great. It's going to take a lot for me not to drink this on myself. But yeah, definitely Whiskey Library. Look them up. If you're just getting started, they have a $100 tier, which for somebody who's just starting to learn bourbon might be a good idea. If you're a connoisseur and you like to grow your collection, they have another tier above this where you get 4 to 5 bottles, and I think that one's $250. So yeah, but overall, really pleased. So box 2 should be coming. They bill me on the 31st of this month. So today is the 7th. So in about, 26 days? Is that right? 27? Yeah. So a little over 3 weeks, they'll bill me and hopefully ship another box. And I'll really be looking forward to sharing those experiences with you guys. So thanks for watching.